Custom uke, soprano uke. Are my preconceptions too much? Let's find out. Keep watching. Yeah, hello, welcome back to GotAUkulele. It's review day. As ever, this is the summary video review. The link below every one of these reviews takes you back to the website where you'll get a lot more information, and all the other reviews are there too. Also below this video, links of where you can donate to help keep this site going, because this is not a commercial enterprise. I'm not paid by brands to do this. They'd just be adverts. So my eternal thanks this week to these people who've helped keep this site going forward by making very kind donations. It's much appreciated. And you can also help me out by subscribing to the YouTube channel. Hit the bell symbol as well. You'll get notified of new stuff when I put it up. Right, preconceptions. Look, I'm a reviewer, but I'm also a ukulele player. I love the ukulele, so I have my own likes and dislikes. And I think everybody who's been following this channel for long enough knows that I really like soprano ukuleles. They're my thing. World of Ukes, one of the stores in the UK that I recommend, put a picture up of this one on their channel fairly recently, and I just loved it. I typed, "That is so up my street." Now, I'd never even played it, but I just loved the look of it. So I was delighted when Matt said, "Do you want to have a review of it? Do you want to see it before it goes on to somebody who's bought it?" I agreed. It's a brand I like as well. This is the Millar Custom Shop All Solid Sapele Soprano. And that is why I said, oh my word, that's just up my street. Let's take a moment to just have a look at it, because it's quite beautiful. Yeah, so this is the Custom Shop model from Millar, made by their top luthier Eric in Taiwan, rather than their more production line models. It's not to say it's a one-off. I think there's been a few of these, but it's Custom Shop, made by that guy. It's a soprano. It is all solid Sapele. Now, Sapele interested me as well, because normally when you see Sapele, I'm probably speaking out of turn here, it's often used on instruments as a cheaper alternative to mahogany, koa, acacia, things like that. But this is bird's eye Sapele. It looks quilted. Matt used the analogy of the dashboard of a E-Type Jaguar or a Rolls-Royce. I'm not going to pinch that one. It looks like the sort of covering you'd get on a businessman's cigar humidor in a very executive office. I just can't stop looking at it. It's not too over the top. It's not totally over the top. And in some lights, particularly when I looked at it outside, it can look quite flat. But I just can't stop looking. It's really beautiful. What I also like is that shape. Yes, it's a double bout soprano, but very skinny waist and very diminutive small upper bout. Sorry about the reflections. So it's all about the lower bout is where the sound's coming from, but tiny. That reminds me very much of a sort of old vintage Hawaiian look to it. Really nice. The bridge is a slot style. It's not specified on Matt's specs, but it looks like rosewood to me. Very simple, very tidy. Straight topped bone saddle in there as well. It's then finished in a gloss, which just really makes these colours and the grain really pop. I can't find much fault with the gloss at all. A little bit heavy around here, I would say. A little tiny bit heavy, but it's like a mirror. It's covered in my fingerprints as well now, I'm sorry. Yeah, really nice. Inside, very tidy, notched linings, thin little braces, and out goes the paper label. You get the Millar logo there with a number on it, on a wooden backing, and the Millar logo is stamped on the neck block. The neck wood is not specified. Could be Sapele, could be mahogany. There are joints in the heel and the headstock, but I really had to search for them. They're not obvious at all. It's glossed. I'd rather it wasn't glossed. I'd rather it was satin. But being a soprano, maybe that doesn't matter so much, because I'd probably play this without a strap, and you want a bit of grip so you don't drop it. Tapers down to a pretty generic 35mm at the nut, 27 from G2A, but you can see the carving here. It's really flattened off on the back. That is exactly what I want a soprano neck to be like. It's dead shallow. It's just great for my hands. Topping that, what I think is more rosewood that's in absolutely wonderful condition. Really, really good condition. That's edge bound in something black or dark brown to hide the fret ends. You get 17 of those, 12 to the body. Position dots, really simple and traditional at 5, 7 and 10. And you also get little tiny white dots on the side as well. No complaints. Bone nut, set up very good on this. I'd expect that from World of Ukes, but I think Matt said they arrived very well set up as well. Crown, headstock shape, holding the Millar logo in pearl. My first complaint, why is it so light? Now, okay, it's light compared to the back of the neck, so it's a faceplate in a lighter wood. And I don't know what the wood is. Now, they've gone for contrast, and there's certainly contrast there. Purely subjective, I think that contrast would be better if they used like an ebony faceplate and made it darker, because this is a dark, rich looking body, and I don't understand why that's so pale. Purely subjective, purely subjective. Tuners. These are GotAUPTs, rear facing. There's little gears inside those. As tuners go for ukuleles, these are about as good as it gets. Nice to see them in that gold finish as well with the small black buttons. Absolutely stellar. Comes with nothing more than the strings that are on it. Matt says that they're Fremont black lines. I actually think they look like Worth Browns, but I could be wrong. I thought Fremont black lines were darker, but these look like Worth Browns to me. It doesn't matter either way. Both of those are great strings. And the price for this one, £599. I know where the money's gone. I know it's custom shop and it's been made by one guy. And in the scheme of things in ukuleles, it's, you know, there's more expensive ones. But I think it is a bit expensive for a little soprano. Maybe that wood's expensive to get hold of. But £599, you know, the Phil Dome one's what, 350 quid? Solid mahogany from Millar. It seems a lot for me. But prices are going up. I think times are changing. Maybe I'm out of touch. But you could get a Pono solid mahogany glossed instrument soprano for quite a bit less than £599. But I do love this look. I love this wood. I love this tiny little body. It's dead diminutive. 425 grams. There's nothing to it at all. It's all really nicely balanced as well. So tiny little body. What's that going to do? Well, Matt says that he thought it wasn't the loudest, and I think I partially agree with him. I think when played finger-picked, it's not the loudest, and it's not the loudest soprano I've played. But I don't think it's that bad. And strummed, I don't think it's bad at all. I don't think it's any slouch. But I kind of get what he's talking about. I was just turning these pegs thinking they were friction pegs. I always do that with these UPTs because that's what they look like. So, roll the sleeve up. I can see what he's getting at. If you play it like that, that's just my thumb. It doesn't project that well, but whack it with the nails and it's all right. So strummed, I think it's great. I think it needs a bit more work to get the volume out of it. I'm making much more of this than it is. It's not a quiet ukulele at all. But the sustain, shimmery, warbly sustain. The tone, it's rich, it's woody, it's like a mahogany tone, but there's that zing. There's like a zing on top, like a fizz. That's peppy and jangly. It's not totally staccato because of that sustain, but it sounds like a great soprano. I love that sort of fizzy bounciness to it. Lovely. Finger pick. That is lovely. That really is up my street. I wasn't jumping to conclusions just by looking at it. The looks are great. I would change that. I'd like a more satin neck, but that's the only gripes I've got. No, it's probably not the loudest soprano I've ever played, but it's certainly no slouch. That sustain is to die for. And I really like that. It's dead characterful. It kind of sounds different depending on what you're playing. Kind of changes. There's lots going on. There's lots to draw you back to it and make you want to listen to it more. Millar, a brand that's not let me down yet. The Millar custom shop, built by their head luthier. All solid bird's eye sapele. There aren't any more of these about. I'm told that Millar are going to be making more, but it won't be the bird's eye. Now, that's a shame because the looks are a big part of this for me. However, if it sounds anything like this, that's great too, because I love the sound. I absolutely love the sound of this. I'm just going to take a pause before the end of the video and just let's have a look at this again. Because, oh, what? I never normally do this, but I've been doing this. Look at that. Look at sorry about the reflections. Very highly recommended. Thank you very much to Matt for the loan of this one, and the person who's bought it, because this is getting shipped on to them, who agreed with Matt that I could have a look at it before it went on. It's a wonderful, wonderful instrument. Right, thank you very much for watching and your support. Much appreciated, your nice comments. I'm not here next week. I'm away next weekend with the family, but I am back weekend of the 4th of November, and I've got loads in the pipeline running all the way to December. And I'll see you very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.